Hello boys and girls, Busternaut here, and welcome to another Armored Aces tank review. So today we're taking a look at the new Tier 4 NATO modern tank, the Merkava Mk2. So this tank is pretty interesting because of its rear mounted turret. So let's take a look at its model. Very detailed and beautiful model there. I absolutely love the model of this tank, and I know I'm telling this for every tank in the game, but they really done a great job with those models. So let's now take a look at this vehicle's stats while comparing it to the new Tier 4 Russian modern tank T-72. So the Merkava Mk2 has more hit points, 40 more hit points. It deals 285 damage per shot, which is less than the 310 damage per shot of the T-72, but it has a greater rate of fire, which makes it have bigger DPM. It has 2850 DPM, while the T-72 has 2700 and something. So the vehicle speed is 35 kilometers per hour. It's 2 kilometers faster than the T-72. The reverse speed is 2 kilometers faster than the T-72 as well, and the turret turn time is 1 second less than the T-72. So on paper looks that the Merkava Mk2 is better tank than the T-72, and in the battle I experienced the same thing. You know, for me this tank is better than the T-72 and I like it very much. So with that being said, let's now take a look at some gameplay. I have 7 or 6, I don't remember, but I have many upcoming games, so let's take a look at how this tank performs in some battles. First game, we are playing on this map, which has a hill on it, and the teams are pretty even. So I think that I will be heading for the hill here, and notice that as a consumables I have equipped HE ammo and armor plating level 1, because I feel like there is no point of equipping all the best consumables because you lose a lot of money that way. And I'm making a test to see if I can still achieve good results while not using all the consumables. So at the moment it's working out pretty well for me. I'm heading for the hill here, as you can see, but I won't go on the top of the hill but on the middle part here, and I will take some shots at the spotted enemies. There we go. I am going downwards because I see on the minimap that no one of the enemy tanks are actually on the hill, so there is no point of me going there. First enemy spotted in my view range is that T-62, which I can pick apart very quickly with my 2800 DPM. So very quickly indeed we killed that T-62. My teammate gets the killing blow, and on the minimap I can see 3 enemy tanks. They are not in my view range, so I try to see where they're firing from and try to blind shot them, but it's not working very well, and I see that they are just obliterating my teammate there. Just look at him, he's taking hit after hit after hit, and I am having none of that, and I'm going forwards. I want to spot those enemies to put some effective fire in them, and oh, there they are. Look at them. Merkava Mk2, a Chieftain, and a T-55. No, that's an M48 pattern. And 3 of them are firing at me, and at this point I'm like, nope, I'm going backwards. So I'm taking a lot of fire here, and I managed to bounce 1 round. I'm return firing, but I'm quite low on health at this point. So I decided to take some cover between me and those 3 enemies, because come on, 3 versus 1. you're not going to win that easily. And all the three of them were with pretty good hit points. So I'm taking cover here, I'm poking to take the shot. It's risky, but if I can take a shot without dying, it's worth it. I'm yelling for help here for my teammates, but I know that we have capped the enemy flag, so I just need to hold those enemies pinned here, and my teammate will be able to cap. I bounce my first shot on this pattern, and this pattern is made of steel, guys. I bounce my second shot, what? And then I die. But it's worth it because my teammate managed to capture their flag, and we won the game because I hold them into that position. So pretty good result there. 2700 damage, no kills. But I decided to show you this game because I hold 3 enemies on that position in order my teammate to be able to cap. So that's pretty good. Next game, we are on this map, the green map, because you know it's green. It has pretty flat terrain, but there are a couple of places where you can go hull down, and also you can hide in these behind those houses in that village there. So I'm heading up for that hill, and I hope that I can get early shots on the guys who wanted to go into the village. And there we go, first enemy spotted. It's a T-72. I take one shot into him and I miss the rest of my shots, and now he is in cover, but I can see that he has a friend there on the minimap, and there we go, it's another Merkava MK2. I fire a shot, but I hit his front unfortunately and did only 260 damage, but it seems like he hit my front as well, which is good. Now I'm aiming for the T-72, but I didn't quite manage to get the shot because he wasn't showing much of his tank. But I have bigger rate of fire and bigger DPM than the T-72, so I can quite happily trade shots with him. And moreover, I'm showing him my front where he's showing me his flank, which is always nice. You can't win that way, so I managed to take him out. Now the Merkava is trying to escape, but I managed to take him out as well, which is pretty nice. Then I turn around and I see on the minimap that 3 enemies are engaging one of our teammates. So I'm heading that direction to hopefully manage to help him, but I didn't, he died. So now I can at least avenge him. Take out this Merkava and then engage this chieftain, which is actually AFK. I'll take the free damage, thank you. But I won't get the kill because one of my teammates get it. It's anyways because there is one enemy left, and we are now all rushing to get the damage and the kill. So I managed to put 2 rounds into him while he's poking over this ridge. And I'm going forwards now because I wanted to get some more shots at him, but he came up and I put another shot at him and my teammate finishes him off. So there we go, another victory. Not a bad result there. 3500 damage, 3 kills. I'll take that. Next up we have a game on the same map, but we are on the other side this time. So pretty much the same strategy here. I will go for the middle, for the hill in the middle there, to hopefully engage the enemies which are going for the same hill or the enemies which are going down in the village. I'm taking a good look here at my teammates, and it seems like there aren't that many T-72 drivers. Most of the people prefer the Merkava MK2, and there are lots of NATO tier 4s rather than Russian tier 4s. I just left with that impression that the T-72s are played less than the Merkava. And you know, the T-72 is not a bad tank, but the NATO tier 4 is better in my opinion. Again, you might like the Russian modern tank more than the NATO one. It's all about playstyle and preference. So there we go, I'm engaging two of the enemies here on that ridgeline. As you can see, the gun depression on this tank is not bad. It does the job for you. It's not terrible like some of the other tanks like the MX-30B. And here I managed to get 2 shots on this other NATO tier 4 modern tank. I'm angling my armor so he has only my front, and hopefully he will fire at my heavily angled sight and even bounce around. So always put your front towards the enemy, that way you have bigger chance of survival. And now I'm aiming here to get the kill, and I got it, but I'm taking fire from the front from this chieftain, which bounces one round, and it's not feeling so brave anymore after I put a round in his flank. Another tier 4 here engages us. I managed to put a round in his side, and I reverse back so he doesn't have a shot at my rear. I kill him, but then the chieftain takes me out. And now let's take a look at what are my teammates doing. This kind person here will avenge me by killing this chieftain. And notice how the smoke of the wreck of the Merkava MK2 is coming out of its front because of the engine, which is mounted in the front of the tank. And this is pretty interesting detail. There you can see it. Just pay attention while you are fighting, and when you die, the smoke will come out of your front because your engine is there. Not like all the other tanks in the game, which when they are destroyed, the smoke comes out of their rear because the engine is in their rear. So that's a pretty interesting detail there. And now the last enemy is AFK, so my teammates just have to kill him. And I like to change the view on the nearest one, that way it's like you're the commander of the tank and you're staying on the top of the turret, and it's pretty interesting. So there we go, just take our time and we won the game. The results are not pretty terrible as well. 3600 damage, not as good as my teammate there, which has 3 kills, but it's a nice game anyways. Next up, we are on the other map, and today we don't have games on the desert map, which is pretty interesting. I haven't played on the desert map last night with this tank. I was playing like half an hour or 40 minutes to you know, to create all this footage here, and almost every game I had with this tank was a very nice game, apart from only one game which I decided not to show you because it was pretty terrible. And what happened is I ran in 3 of the enemies alone, and they rushed me and killed me pretty fast, and I did something like 2700 damage, so I decided not to show you this game. But apart from that one game, which wasn't pretty terrible as well, but I died pretty fast, apart from that one game, there weren't any bad games last night which I played with this tank, so that's good. The tank is pretty good. So I'm up on the hill here. There's an MX-30B. I can kill him fast, and I need to kill him fast because down there is another enemy which is firing at my flank, and I need to angle my armor towards the MX and at the same time towards the other enemy. And there comes my teammate, helps me to kill the MX, and I can put some shots at the T-72. Here I move and my teammates take the shot, but the T-72 wants to kill me, so it fires its next round at me, which is understandable. I was on the lowest health. He wanted the kill, but he got vaporized by my teammate there. So everyone's rushing towards the enemy cap, but I'm going back because I saw that some enemies were rushing our base, and I went back because I was worried about our flag, and boom, physics. Okay, a little flip there because I wasn't driving particularly carefully, and in the future when they add module damage it won't be possible for me to drive like crazy idiot because I will wreck my tank. So there we go. Managed to spot the two enemies. They are not capping our flag, but they decided to go back and defend their flag. So GG there to the enemy team for not capping but going to fight. Okay, I don't have enough gun depression here, but simply going forwards allows me to put another shot at this enemy. And there's another enemy over there which I don't have a line of sight on, so I go forwards and hopefully I can get another shot on this one. Yep, I can. And now I will take the kill. Thank you. And I'm aiming on the other enemy now. He's going behind the house, so I'm thinking of going backwards. Oh, I missed my shot because my tank is going backwards and forwards. There we go, a sneaky shot there. And oh, derp, I can't drive. I get stuck on one of those obstacles. So I'm lazy to move forwards, but I realize that he won't poke, and if I don't move forwards I won't take any more damage. So a nice shot in his rear takes him out, and we win that game as well. Pretty nice result. Not too bad. 3570 damage, 2 kills. I'll take this one. Next up, another game at the greenish map, which didn't go that bad either. So we are going towards the middle again. Hopefully we can take some early shots on the guys which go in the village. I like playing this map like that. I just rush in the middle and dug in the hill, trying to take as much shots as possible into the enemy team. So you can use this to take me out if you see me in the game. I always head up this hill if we are on this spawn location. So here I can see an enemy MX-30B and I put 2 shots in him. He is quite sensible. He doesn't want to fight 2 tiers higher tank, and he hides. And here I can see another tier 4 NATO tank, which I can quite happily put shots in his flank. He doesn't seem too interested to move away from my line of fire, so take the kill. Thanks for the free damage and stuff. I'm not sure if he crashed or not, but he just doesn't move, and I quite happily take the kill. Why not? I take a look at the MX to see if he is poking out, but he isn't, and that's the right thing to do. But he takes 1 shot at me, and I'm like, you know what, screw this, I will rush this guy, and put another shot in him, angle my armor, he misses his shot, and that's not an AMX, is it? I can't see anything because my screen is very, very small. It's a Merkava MK2. Well, anyways, I take him out, and there's another one right here, which I miss my shot because I'm a noob, and my enemy, not my enemy, my teammate takes the kill. Anyways, we win this game as well. The post-battle results are 3700 damage and 2 kills, which isn't as well too bad. Final game for this video. I'm playing here on the hill map, and I figured out that I will show you a higher damage game for the end. As always, at the end I'm showing you the highest amount of damage which I achieved in this tank. So I'm heading for the hill, and I hope that the enemies are going to be there, because I want to engage them as soon as possible to take as much damage as possible from this game. I'm playing with the HE ammo and armor plating level 1 consumables, as you can see there, and the first enemy is spotted. I'm not sure what tank he is driving, but I will take the shots on him. Oh, it's the T-64B, which had a new camo dispatch or update. So I'm aiming for the rear, and bang, some rear shots there. I'm aiming again, and I managed to take a large chunk out of his hit points, and at the end I take him out, because that's the way it works, you know. So M48 Patton here, fighting with my teammate. Does my teammate need help? He shaves off half of his health in one shot. I don't think he needs help, but I'll go ahead and miss my first shot. My teammate seems to bounce off the Patton, so I take the kill. You could argue that I could left my teammate to deal with this Patton, and I could engage those guys earlier on the middle, but it's anyways, doesn't matter. I take some shots in this T-72. I don't know why my next shot didn't do any damage, but I bounced one of his shells. I must have bounced this shot because it didn't do any damage to him. But I don't care. I can take my time, aim through the tree, and take the kill. Next up we have another enemy down there, which I don't have a very clean line of sight on, so I move forwards to take a nice flanking shot, but my tank is jiggling backwards and forwards, so I change my position a bit in order to go to a more stable place. I take another shot at him. I re-angle my armor so my front is pointing at him. My teammates are working him over, and I managed to take the kill at the end. So one enemy remains, and I think at this point that he's AFK, so I'm heading towards the enemy spawn location, which is right over there at the end of the valley. And let's see if he will be there or not. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I take 3 damage. I don't even know what... bingo, there he is. AMX-30B, AFK. Aim for the track to do flanking damage if you penetrate, because sometimes you bounce. And there we go. Taking some shots at him, and one of my teammates takes the kill, which doesn't matter again. Rank up 30, very nice. 5,943 damage, almost 6,000 damage. That is pretty nice result there on the Merkava MK2. And again, this tank is fully capable of doing giant amount of damage because it's so good. Get this tank as soon as possible, that's my advice, you won't regret it. This will be for this tank review. I hope you learned something new and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel and want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you on the battlefield.